Black boy to paralyzed millionaire, I'll heal you for leftovers, she laughs. Then everything changes. The banquet hall sparkled with crystal chandeliers, laughter, and the clinking of wine glasses. Billionaire heiress Victoria Steele sat at the head table, her posture perfect despite the gleaming wheelchair that carried her. She had it all: wealth, power, influence. But what she didn't have anymore was the ability to walk. A car crash had taken that from her 2 years ago. Since then, 20 doctors, 5 world-renowned specialists, and an army of therapists had tried to help. None succeeded. To the world, she smiled, untouchable. Behind closed doors, she wept in silence. That night, outside the banquet hall, a boy waited. His clothes were worn, his sneakers ripped at the sole. He was maybe 13, skinny, hungry, but with eyes that carried something strange, a confidence far beyond his years. He had sneaked in the back, scavenging scraps from the kitchen when the chef tossed him out. The boy spotted Victoria as the crowd cheered her arrival. He didn't see a billionaire. He saw a woman trapped. Summoning courage, he walked up, holding his stomach. His voice was soft but steady. "Miss Steele, if you give me your leftovers, I'll heal you." The entire table went silent. And then, laughter. "Heal me." Victoria smirked, her diamond earrings catching the light. "Boy, 20 of the best doctors in the world couldn't do that. And you think you can?" 4 scraps. The guests roared with laughter. One man sneered, "Probably wants a quick buck." Another muttered, "What nerve." But the boy didn't flinch. He met her gaze and said, "Doctors don't see what I see. You're not broken, just blocked. I can fix it." The room mocked him louder, but something in Victoria's chest tightened. His words stung, not because they were rude, but because, deep down, she wished they were true. She waved him off. "Take him away." Security stepped forward, but the boy whispered, "One chance. Just one. If I fail, I'll walk away forever." For reasons she couldn't explain, Victoria hesitated. That night, curiosity gnawed at her. Hours later, when the banquet was over and the guests gone, she found him outside, sitting by the dumpsters, eating stale bread. "Tell me," she demanded, "why do you think you can heal me?" He looked up, crumbs on his lips. "Because I've healed before. People nobody believed in. My grandmother taught me things doctors don't know. You're not sick, Miss Steele. You're stuck." Against all logic, Victoria agreed. She brought the boy, whose name was Malik, into her private wing. Staff rolled their eyes, whispering that grief had made her desperate. But when Malik touched her legs, his hands were steady, his eyes closed in deep focus. He pressed certain points on her spine, murmured techniques his grandmother had passed down, and guided her through breathing she'd never tried. Days turned into weeks. At first, nothing changed. She cursed him, called herself foolish, ready to give up. But Malik stayed calm. Healing takes patience. Believe, or it won't work. Slowly, things shifted. Sensation returned, faint tingles in her toes. A spasm in her thigh. She cried when she felt her foot twitch for the first time in 2 years. "It's happening," Malik whispered, smiling. Word spread through the mansion. Doctors scoffed, insisting it was coincidence. Staff dismissed it as nonsense. But Victoria knew the truth. This boy, this hungry, ragged boy, had given her what millions couldn't: hope. And one stormy night, when lightning flashed through the glass walls, Victoria gripped the armrest of her wheelchair, pushed with trembling legs, and stood. Not perfectly. Not fully. But she stood. When the world saw her walk across a stage months later, reporters demanded to know how. Which surgeon? Which miracle drug, they asked. Victoria looked down at Malik, now dressed in clean clothes she had bought him, standing proudly at her side. She smiled and said, "Not a doctor. Not a drug. A boy who asked only for leftovers." Cameras flashed. Headlines erupted: "Paralyzed millionaire walks again thanks to homeless teen healer." Some mocked, some doubted, but none could deny the sight of her moving freely. Victoria didn't just walk, she ran foundations in Malik's name, funding programs for gifted children from the streets. Malik went from scavenging trash to leading medical research inspired by his grandmother's wisdom. And Victoria? She no longer saw herself as cursed. She saw herself as chosen to meet a boy whose courage and gift brought her life back. The same guests who once laughed at him now whispered in awe. Because the boy who wanted only leftovers had given the greatest gift of all, freedom. And the woman who once pitted herself would never forget the night laughter turned into miracles.